So as I mentioned, well, not really mentioned, but my last video wasn't really about books, and this one isn't either. I'm sorry, but I want to start talking more about film and stuff on my channel because that's something I'm interested in. And yeah, I should probably have done like a poll or something fancy, or a survey, I don't know, but basically I kind of just want to do it anyway because if you don't know, I want to go to film school. I want to eventually be a cinematographer or a director because I just love film, and yeah, so I thought I'd be talking more about it on my channel so I can kind of discuss it with people in the comments, and also just it will be fun. So yeah. So today I'm going to be reviewing the film of Paper Towns, which I'm sure a lot of people have seen and a lot of people have read the book by John Green. So I just wanted to put my thoughts out there and see if anyone agreed or disagreed, or, you know, just start a conversation basically. And so now, as a result of adding these types of videos to my channel, I've kind of changed my schedule a little bit. So on Mondays I'll be uploading film related videos, and then on Wednesdays will be reviews, and Fridays will be normal bookish videos, like, you know, tags or like top 10s and rankings and things like that. So let's get into this review, because if I don't, this video will be 12 hours long. So yeah. So first things first, the thing that most bookish people will want to know about the Paper Towns movie is, yes, it is loyal to the book, and yes, they have obviously changed minor details, but like I said, they are minor details, so it doesn't really matter to the plot. For example, changes include Angela coming on the road trip, which is not really an issue at all. Actually, I prefer the fact that she's there. And also Q ends up going to prom, which I believe he doesn't in the book. I think he stays with Margot. So yeah, that's, you know, the ones that immediately sprang to mind, but it's not really a big issue, to be honest. But talking purely about the film, I really loved the way it was shot. I think it was genuinely shot so well, and a lot of people were comparing Jake Schreier, the director of Paper Towns, to John Hughes, who's directed films like The Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which are kind of cult teen films back in the 80s, 90s. A particular scene that stood out for me was when they're on the revenge plot and they're driving through the town, I think Orlando, yeah, they're driving through Orlando. Margot is like looking out the window and it's all in slow motion and her hair is blowing around, and the music that's playing is Lost It to Trying by Son Lux, and I just thought that moment was so good, because the music and the kind of slow-mo of the shot just combines to provide this really kind of like almost like ethereal quality, and you just kind of feel like floating when you're watching. It was actually really beautiful, and I'm really glad I saw that in like big screen, because that was really awesome, and I really liked that. And another thing on the topic of music, it had an amazing soundtrack, and yeah, I've already purchased some of this, I could have just said bought, would have been much simpler. I've actually bought some of the songs, which are really good, and I think it really captures the kind of feel and mood of the movie. Also, performances were great. I think a lot of people were skeptical about Cara Delevingne being cast as Margot because she hadn't really acted before and she was more known for her modelling, but I really think she did an amazing job, and she really captured the essence of Margot, and you know, she's really pretty, and she's just, I think she will do really well in film in general, and she's also going to be in Suicide Squad soon, which I'm very excited for, so I look forward to seeing more of her acting abilities in that. Of course though, no film is perfect, and I do have like one or two small issues with the Paper Towns movie, which I'm kind of glad about, because if I'd been reviewing this a year ago, for example, say when The Fault in Our Stars came out, I just kind of like, I was like to everyone, I loved it, it's perfect, there's nothing wrong with it, and kind of shot down any criticism. But now kind of as I've realised that I want to go into film and study film and properly, I've kind of, when I watch films, I'm looking out for things that they've done well and things that they haven't done well, and I'm a lot more not critical, because I don't see it as a negative to do things wrong, you know, everyone does things wrong, but I'm more fair, I guess, in my analysis, and I'm not just kind of bowled over by, you know, things as I was easily bowled over by before. I'm kind of a lot more like level-headed about it, and I take things that inspire me and that I like, and I kind of reject the things that I was like, oh, maybe they could have done that better, which I think is a lot better for me personally, because I want to go into film and stuff, so I kind of need to be aware of good, like, do's and don'ts basically. And the thing that I kind of thought was a bit iffy with Paper Towns is there was a lot of like narration and stuff. That was really awkward. My neighbours just like walked past and my window's open. Close window. Okay, okay. That's awkward. Okay. Anyway, there was quite a lot of narration, which I found was alright, because like in the beginning they could use quotes from the book and I liked kind of the way that Q was telling the story, but there was sometimes too much narration and it was kind of unnecessary, because I feel like with film you should probably show and not tell, and that's kind of, you know, the difference between film and book. So films, you should show the story rather than just kind of have someone telling it to you. And there was only like a tad too much at times, but the rest of the time I found it, you know, it was kind of good to sum up what we'd been seeing in a way, but also kind of at the end I felt the moral was a bit spelled out for us, but I don't know, I liked it though. I did like the fact that they could use quotes from the book through that, but there was a tad too much at times. And also I felt that maybe the first part, like the lead up to Margot going missing, was kind of slightly too long. It dragged on a little bit, and then the last kind of half an hour where they're on the quest for Margot and then, you know, they end up finding her, that's not really a spoiler, you can see it in the trailer. Another reason why trailers show too much, refer to my last video for more on that. That was kind of, it was slightly rushed, I felt, and the kind of best moments or bits I enjoyed most were the road trip and also the prom, and those were kind of the shortest scenes, and not the shortest scenes, but they were kind of, they weren't really developed as much as kind of the beginning bit when Q is kind of pining, I guess, for Margot and kind of just looking for her and finding clues. And the clues were interesting, but not as interesting as the road trip, and I felt that was kind of an imbalance there that you know, could have done better if they'd done it the other way, if spent less time on the clues, more time on the road trip and finding Margot and prom and stuff, because that was more enjoyable for me anyway. That's my opinion. And like I said, my opinion, so if you disagree with me, please say it in the comments. Like I'd love to hear other people's thoughts, and you know, if, yeah, basically that's, yeah. But all in all, I did really like it, and I think I did give it a 4.5 stars. Yeah, on Letterboxd, which, like I said in my last video, but if you missed that, Letterboxd is the website that lets you log and review films. So you have a film diary and you can log in when you watch films and what you watched. If you like it, you can review it, and then you can add things to your watch list. It's kind of like a Goodreads but for films. So if you want to make one and follow me on that, I will leave the links in the description and you can read things I've reviewed and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you know, people like this change on this channel, making videos about films, because I like film. So anyway, I'll see you in my next video, which will be a review. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Bye!